Once upon a time, there was a kingdom on which the sun had not risen for many, many years, and no one in the kingdom knew the reason why, though there was speculation that it had something to do with the union of the king and queen at the time. They were a lovely couple and had done marvelous things for the people of the kingdom. Everyone loved them, for they kept peace and order in the land, but ever since their wedding day, the sun had ceased to shine. A few years after their marriage, the queen gave birth to a beautiful baby boy named Geoffrey. Everyone that came in contact with Geoffrey described him as the perfect baby. He was always quiet and peaceful and never caused the queen too many problems. Geoffrey grew into being a very happy child. He always played mindfully around the castle with his toys, and he began to develop a fascinating imagination. As he grew older, his curiosity took him to the ends of the kingdom and all of the hidden crevices in between. Soon, the king and queen noticed a change in their son. The older Prince Geoffrey got, the less he took the advice of his closest advisors. Only seldomly would he listen to Gladys, his favorite of all the attendants in the castle. Gladys was one of the older attendants whom Geoffrey looked at as a second mother. She was always warm and welcoming and advised him on what was best. When he made wrong decisions, Gladys never scolded or judged Geoffrey. Instead, she comforted him and helped him to realize why his actions were wrong. As I stated earlier, Geoffrey had an extensive imagination. His curiosity took him to places he never knew existed, and to places that he knew were forbidden. You see, since the sun ceased to shine on the land, mystical gardens began to spring up all around the kingdom. In these gardens, there were magical creatures, magical flowers, and magical fruits. There were tales of people who ventured to these gardens and never returned. For those fortunate enough to return to their homes, they were forever changed. Gladys told him these tales, and even with this knowledge, Prince Geoffrey would still sneak out of the castle in the middle of the night and go to these forbidden places. Little did he know that his curiosity and infatuation would soon lead to disastrous results. One night, Prince Geoffrey ventured into the forest. He took the same route that he always took, but this time there was something strange that caught his eye. He saw flashing lights in different colors. Naturally, he walked closer to see what was going on. Prince Geoffrey found himself at a beautiful garden behind a small cottage. Each time he blinked, he saw the cottage and garden in a different color. The flowers were beautiful and smelled of the sweetest perfumes. Naturally, he went closer to get a better whiff. And the fruits looked so ripe, Prince Geoffrey couldn't help but take a bite. But as soon as his teeth sank into the unfamiliar food, Prince Geoffrey began to feel strange, and once he swallowed, he could feel his stomach doing flips and turns. Prince Geoffrey began feeling nauseous and dizzy, and his head started to pound. He knew that he needed to get home or else no one would ever find him, so he ran as fast as he could and collapsed in front of the entrance of the castle. Gladys, who had been anticipating his return, found Prince Geoffrey in a coma. She and a few other attendants brought the prince inside and placed him in his bedchamber. The king and queen called all of the medical healers in their kingdom and the surrounding kingdoms to attempt to cure the prince. They came by the thousands. No one knew what to do, and none of the remedies worked. While Prince Geoffrey was in his coma, Gladys came to him in a dream. She guided him through his life and showed him the things he took for granted, and the detrimental positions he placed himself in, such as his current coma. Greed and arrogance is what got him in the situation he was in. He was arrogant in the sense that he thought he knew better than the elders. He was greedy in the sense that even with all that he was warned of, Prince Geoffrey continuously went back to the gardens. Every second of every day and night for 3 weeks, there was a healer trying to work their charms on him. Soon, they all had come and gone. Just as the king and queen had given up all hope, there was an announcement that there was still one more healer that wished to attempt to cure the prince. The king and queen agreed, for they had nothing else to lose. They would do anything for their only child. The figure walked in, dressed in black, with a bag of herbs, flowers, and some type of liquid and a bowl. No one could discern if the healer was a man or a woman. The face was covered. Once inside the bedchamber, the healer mixed all of the bag's contents into a bowl like a soup. At this time, Gladys gave Prince Geoffrey the choice to either come out of the coma and appreciate all that he has with humbleness, or remain in the coma forever. He realized that he needed to value more what he had been given, and decided to come out of the coma. He awoke to someone feeding him soup, and when he opened his eyes, he saw the most beautiful woman in the entire kingdom. The healer had shed her cloak and shown her face. Everyone was pleasantly surprised. It was love at first sight for Prince Geoffrey and the healer. Suddenly, a severe rain washed over the land, and soon after, the sun began to shine through the clouds. Everyone rejoiced delight and celebrated the marriage of Prince Geoffrey and his princess healer.